Hello everyone. Has it been like, I think it's been like several days or something since the last video. I don't know. Lots been going on. I'm getting pulled in like multiple directions at once, and I'm like really tired, and I feel like, I guess. Sorry for the mile delay. Like since the last video, just a lot's been going on. I've been super busy. I'm not feeling all that great. I feel kind of sick, and I feel kind of gross right now. I feel like a mess, but regardless, I wanted to sit down and quickly talk about something that actually kind of relates. It's in a similar ballpark as what I talked about last time, and that is the hardest part of transition. Now I already think like, oh wait, the hardest part of transition, that probably already opens up like an immensely wide spectrum of different things. But I think the one thing that I personally see, that I'm personally affected by, and that I personally see, and I think could universally just affects all trans people, is the fucking wait time. It's just the waiting. Um, Now the waiting game is probably one of the worst games to ever like exist. I think we can all agree that nobody likes to wait, even though patience is a virtue. We all have to be patient. But I think when it comes into the circumstances of you know your identity and that inner struggle to become who you truly are in the inside on the outside, and fully embrace and live life that way, the wait to get to each step that can bring you closer to that can be freaking unbearable. Um, I'm still technically in the process of waiting myself. Like, I remember when I first, came to my conclusions, I came out and this is what I wanted to do, and it just became like, oh, this is what you want to do, but tough shit. You're gonna have to sit back and wait God knows how long before you can even, see a doctor, or you can even begin to get or you can begin to get items or anything just essential to your process, to your journey, to your transition, and that can just be freaking unbearable to get through. Um, Especially just devastating like to the minds, just like devastating mentally and emotionally, just to have to just have to wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and think, shit, I want to be here, but I'm not because I'm waiting. I have to wait this X amount of time before I can see a doctor to get that ball rolling. I have to wait this X amount of time before I can start getting clothing or other cosmetic items essential to my change, to my process, and all of this other like level of things. And it's just devastating. It's it's just it's unbearable. But I think what keeps me pushing forward at the same time, keeps me going forward, is the anticipation. It's like, yes, the waiting is absolutely unbearable, but the anticipation of knowing that that your patience will pay off, that when you finally get to that date, that certain date on the calendar or whatever, that it's like, yeah, the waiting, it's like, yeah, the wait was unbearable, the wait was terrible, but at least now, like, hey, I finally made it to this point. I finally made it to this point that I can do this or that, and I'm now moving into the next step of my journey, and I'm now feeling so much more confident and bold, like, more confident and great on the inside, that it's absolutely, just a remarkable, that it's just a remarkable thing. Like, I think I know when I was able to sign up for my first laser hair removal treatment session, that I absolutely got giddy with excitement, and getting through that, which is probably another thing I can talk about separately, was absolutely just like, yes, I'm moving forward. It's a little progress, but it's not a huge step of progress, but at the same time, it really is, because I was able to finally get that into motion, get that going, and I'm now anxiously waiting for my next set and waiting for my next session. And even at the time of recording, I have to wait until like early January, the same month as my next hair session. I also have to wait before I can finally go see a doctor and talk with them and get that, and hopefully get some positive developments and get some other stuff go into motion, so I can keep moving forward with that, and just all these other little things and stuff that I want to do that can just make me more confident and allow me to be more myself, myself on the outside, and all of that. So the waiting is absolutely, just terrible. It's unbearable, and nobody likes to do it. I especially imagine an individual, a trans person, just having to, go through that struggle of, I want to be, this is who I really am, and this is how I want to be on the outside, and this is how I want the world to see me. You can't just do it just yet. You have to be patient. You have to stay humble. You have to stay determined to just keep going forward. regardless of how long you're going to be doing a whole lot of sitting. And yeah, I think I'm probably going to expand upon that a little bit more later, but I just wanted to quickly sit down and kind of just talk about that briefly. So yeah, so I don't know. Do you, the audience, have any thoughts or input about or wait times or anything to that? If so, I guess drop those in the comments and say something about that. If not, that's the video. That's really all for now. I'll be back around next time. Take care.